So I want to talk about the origins of Gelinaz.
Mhm.
Like, how did it exactly? I mean, I've probably talked to you about this before, but I don't know like the true origins of it.
The true origin is very simple. First of all, Gelinaz comes from Fulvio Pierangelini,
His
a
name,
famous
yeah.
Italian chef. It also comes from La Poule Geline, which is a rare breed of chicken that still survives in Touraine, in the north of France. And it's a very rather well-known chicken,
Okay.
a bit gamish, with lots of personality, and almost extinct. So Pierangelini, La Poule Geline, and of course Gelinaz comes from Gorillaz, this band, the band that
Okay.
Barn created with four different musicians,
Mhm.
participants, etc. And the story goes like this. In 2005, I was on holiday near San Vincenzo, actually in San Vincenzo, where Fulvio had his festival, the Gambero Rosso. So I went once a week to the restaurant, but every day we passed by, I had coffee, had a beer and so on. And one day he said, "Oh, they are breaking my balls, they're giving me my balls." What do you mean? Yeah, because they want me to go to San Sebastian, to the festival, L'Ormeillon della Gastronomia, and they've been willing to have me for years, and every time I refuse, I decline, etc. He said, I need a good excuse for not going again, or an idea to do something different. And those were the days when Fulvio was absolutely, utterly convinced that everybody was stealing his recipes. And by the way, he never produced a recipe book, and never gave away the techniques of
Right.
his recipes. And that night, I don't know why it happens. Sometimes I had a blank night. I couldn't sleep. And with the brains working overtime, I imagined I saw this picture of Fulvio on a stage doing a recipe, while at the same time, other people were cooking the same recipe but their own way. It was like a composition, again, musical thing, an original song, an original pop song where another band does a reprise,
Right.
or a cover of an old jazz standard, or in electronic music, a remix of someone else's music. So the following day, I went to Fulvio, said, "Hey, sit down, stay calm, don't shout, blah, blah, blah. I know you're going to hate it, but what do you think if, because on stage, blah, blah, you are there, other people, that means that it's not one truth, but multiple truth, and so it's the end of the copyright." And he thought about it like for almost 1 minute and said, why not? Let's do it. So in November 2005, in San Sebastian, they announced Fulvio Pierangelini. But instead of having Fulvio Pierangelini on stage, I walked on stage saying, "Hey, I'm Andrea, I'm not Fulvio. Fulvio is not on the stage because he doesn't believe the stage is the place a chef should be. Fulvio is in the kitchen with a few friends," and he was in the kitchen with Andoni, with Massimo Bottura, with Peter Nilsson, and so they did this very chaotic and fluxus-oriented performance where he presented his famous scallops stuffed with fennel and mortadella, and at the same time, Bottura, Nilsson, and Andoni did their thing. And it was so strange and also very musical, because it was like a remixing of a Matrix, a remixing of other people's ideas. So while they were cooking, I used a song by Ryuichi Sakamoto and David Sylvian that had been remixed by other people 4 times. So again, the music was there since the beginning. And then We did it again with Davide Scabin. We did, and with Davide, we did the fest dinner. That was the first one in San Sebastian, was just a performance on stage. But then we tried what does happen if you sit down at the table and you eat 8 times the same dish,
Right.
8 versions of the same dish. Then we did it in Ghent, in Belgium, in Lima, Peru, and then the idea of the remix of appropriating someone else's ideas and reshape it, remix it, remodel it, is part of the DNA of Gelinaz.